And already many of you have been posting those messages on our Facebook page. And again, let's just give you a reminder. There's been some confrontation between students who are of the Islamic religion or sect and school authorities in the Western region. And particularly for the young girls who are Muslim, they've been prevented from wearing hijab, so to speak, you know, what they're using and covering their heads. And this has resulted in some confrontation. Yes, it resulted in some confrontation between the school authorities as well as students. It even led to some demonstration and things written on placards and things like that. So we're going to have the head of Christian Council of Ghana in the studio, Reverend Opini, will be here. But also we're going to have Islamic scholar and educationist Sheikh Karimi Yao also in the studio, enabling us to have a thorough discussion on the subject and try to see where we can find an makeable solution to the subject.
All right. Right now, though, we want to check out what is trending. What are the newspapers reporting? We'll start off with the Daily Graphic newspaper. Front page of the paper, there's a story I'm really excited about. 14 stabs defiler to death. Okay, so this 14-year-old girl and this guy who was stabbed, actually 23, had proposed love to this 14-year-old, and she said, no, I don't like you. But she sells oranges, and the guy meets her on the orange, like the orange farm, and he decides to defile her. In the process, she stabs him, like in the abdomen. Then the guy decides to attack back, but the girl was smarter. Stabs him again in the neck, I think, and then he runs off. Later on, when the girl screams for help and people come to rescue her, she shows them, oh, this is where the guy passed. They followed, they traced, and then they found him dead. I guess, after the... It's sad, but it's also, good as good and whichever way. But also government discounts IA's claim of excessive borrowing. It comes with a picture of Seth Tekle, the finance minister, there on the front page of the paper. And 4 in race for NPP campaign manager position. John Buedu, who's the national organizer. Dan Boche, the NP for Okre. Dan Boche, the MP for Okre. There's also Boachi Ejako, the 2012 campaign manager, and Stephen Tim, the former national vice chairman of the party. They're all featured here on the front page of the Daily Graphic newspaper. But the banner headline, non-bailable offences. CJ calls for review. The Chief Justice is on the front page of the paper. You can read the details of that in page 3, but we go to the back page of the paper now, the back page of the graphic. Okay, we'll show you, pictures of it in a bit. The back page of the graphic, though, Ash Gold still right on, and Ashia Wednesday for Liberty. So on the table, the First Capital Plus League, we see Ash Gold on top of that table. That will be it for the Daily Graphic newspaper. Okay, so front page of the Ghanaian Times has a story. Okwapeman Senior High School to go down. And that's the main story as family battles school over ownership of land. Head teachers caution for pupils' role in MPP demo is down there, but up there we have Commercial Hospital imposes fuel levy on patients. We have President present State of the Nation address on Thursday. So you have to get to page 22 of the paper to get highlights of what the issues could be in the State of the Nation address by the President before Parliament. Back page, we have Olympics brush aside BA United, and we also have the score lines at a glance and the league table, the First Capital Plus League table. Down there we have Azakes too strong for allies, and it's all just based on football, the First Capital Premier League. You're done? Yes, I'm done. All right, I'm looking for the Chronicle. Yes, I've got the Chronicle, front page of the Chronicle this morning. Ghana is doing smart borrowing. Tekpe replies, IEA. He says Ghana is doing smart borrowing. Also, Northern MPs are sycophants. Anta says they have failed to champion the interests of their people. And Ghanaian coins get $600 million oil contracts. These are some of the front page headlines in the Chronicle newspaper of today. We'll do the back page. Ash gold fly high, hats drop to relegation. Already? Okay, so that's it for the Chronicle.
Front page of the Daily Guide has a story, Minister chase over luxury car, and you have a picture there of former Minister of Energy, Dr. Otinyeje, apparently. He was a minister at the time that the cars were purchased. Following those reports we now have. And up there we have Bifair to HFC Bank, Bank of Ghana told, and Sankore killer strikes again. So those are the stories we have on the front page of the Daily Guide. Back page, hearts fall at Kpando. And you have a picture there of Sean October, a South African defender with a crowd of work, and Achu denies Leicester win.
Yeah, did he scored or he passed to someone or something? He scored, yes. You're done?
Yep.
Is it actually admiring?
Yeah, apparently I didn't monitor the results over the weekend. Apparently his cross forced Matthew Upson. That's from the Ghana angle. I think it was an own goal. So he crossed the ball too. So he said his cross forced a late goal, own goal by Matthew Upson of the team they were playing against, and that's good for him, Everton. Okay, they were playing against Leicester over the weekend.
I'll do the Ghanaian Observer next, the Ghanaian Observer newspaper. Front page, IMF in limbo over Ghana deal as Mahama sweats over match deadline promise. AMA disowns PRO, vows to fight hawkers on Accra streets. Okay, so you must have heard sometime last week that the AMA had decided to leave the hawkers on the streets like that because they couldn't handle the situation. Apparently, the PRO didn't speak for the AMA after all. So, you know, conflict of... But this will be the second time that the PRO has said something that, you know...
Has he been fired?
No, he hasn't been fired.
Okay. The hot times more.
I know, but is there unity there? Is there unity there? Is there consistency and unity? Are they all speaking
I just think it's got to do with miscommunication and something.
Okay, but what is the situation on the ground? If you want to look at the situation on the ground, then I'd go with the PRO angle. Yeah, they're taking the streets already. I mean, they're everywhere. They've taken the pavements. What's the AMA doing, especially when their office is in the districts, the central district of Accra. Okay, also Ghana's problems are wisdom problems. Otebel raps Mahama and co. Story is on pages 8 and 11. It will make a lot of headlines today. Methodist bishop calls for holy anger against Mahama, calls for mass action on streets, churches, and mosques. The pressure is mounting. We want the power crisis solved. Back page, Andrea, you unsure over Marseille future, and Mayweather and Pacquiao finally agreed to fight on May 2. I have heard people say this will be the biggest after a certain fight in the 70s. This is what we've been waiting for.
In the jungle, like between Muhammad Ali and George Foreman. It took place in Africa.
But is this what we've been waiting for?
Oh, I don't know. I hope it doesn't end in a draw, so to speak.
Well, when there's a lot of anticipation, I mean, the fights don't turn out to be exciting.
Yeah, definitely. Even in every context, it's very much cagey, but the purse is worth 250 million.
Yeah.
The whole fight is worth
250 million.
And I'm sure they've negotiated.
Wow.
I'm sure they will all take equal sums. So.
Okay, the very last headline on the back page of the Observer: Mourinho to sign new 4-year contracts with Chelsea. I heard him late yesterday talking about how Chelsea was cheated and blah 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 blah, and that wasn't the first time.
Did United win their match?
Oh please, we didn't. But yeah, who cares?
That's why sour grapes. Some of these things happen. Supporters of other teams don't get well.
Oh please.
We have BNFT Business and Financial Times. Bank of Ghana debts paid with Eurobond money. 7 firms shared in SIC's troubled deal. And back page, we have summer food issues, IPO to raise 2.5 million Ghana cedis. And we need a lot more companies on the stock exchange, but particularly when the economy is not doing well, then it raises issues about whether there'll be a lot more patronage or perhaps participation in the IPO. Okay, so we have Accra also to host infrastructure event in June. We'll see how that goes though.
Okay, so we're done. Oh, you've got another paper.
So we're told that the last one, Graphic Sports, grant to assist Bobo at African Under-20 Championship. The man has won Under-20 World Cup before. Why does he need an assistant?
Grant to assist Bobo.
How?
Like, seriously?
We our own Grant Bobo to be assisted by Grant himself. Why?
Who said this?
Okay. So in the fight, Mayweather is expected to pocket £100 million.
That's a lot of money, man.
£100 million.
I mean, even if you get like 5 of this, I'm dreaming. Sitting here dreaming.
It's a strong profession.
Yeah. But you're good?
I'm not good. £100 million. Okay, so that'll be it for now. Please, thanks for at least staying tuned for this very one. Always make sure you get interactive. We have on Facebook, Join News on TV. And next, we bring you highlights of some news.